If the Giants keep Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, their future is promising, according to Michael Strahan. With Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, the Joe Scone-Brian Daboll Giants, in Michael Strahan's opinion, are on the rise and have bright futures. Keep them, advises Strahan. Paid them. At a Fox press conference, Strahan declared, "You've got to keep Saquon. You can tell that Daniel Jones is better off with him in there. The team is better off with him in there, and he's a leader in every single way," said the speaker. In my opinion, Saquon Barkley is one of the players who must remain on this squad in order to build on their success from the previous season. According to Strahan, Eli Manning's heir apparent is Jones. Since joining the Giants, this guy hasn't been in the same system with the same head coach, coordinator, or anything, remarked Strahan. See what he accomplished this year. With a diminished receiving core, I find it simply unbelievable that he made the playoffs, and when necessary, he took control of games. I cherish Daniel. He will be fantastic for the Giants, in my opinion. If the components are in place around him properly, I believe he can make this offense rather effective. But if he continues with Big Blue, he can only accomplish that. Daniel Jones must stay, in my opinion, Strahan stated. You must compensate Daniel Jones. That's simply how football operates at the moment. The quarterback position is the most difficult to fill. What will you do then if you don't keep him so that someone else can have him? Nobody else's potential greatness is guaranteed. Daniel, in my opinion, performed enough to secure a fantastic contract in New York. He has the right disposition, in my opinion. Daniel Jones has succeeded in being quieter than Eli Manning, which is something I never thought I'd meet or see. That's what he did. Strahan hopes that Mike Kafka, the offensive coordinator and finalist for the Cardinals' head coaching position, returns for another season. According to Strahan, wide receiver is probably the greatest position where they go looking for a home run hitter. They need some huge playmakers, the speaker said. No general manager or head coach is required. Scone and Daboll were praised by Strahan for the team atmosphere they were able to create. For Daboll, Strahan remarked, "Here's a coach who walks into offices of people he never needs to know and introduces himself. Hello, says. He creates a community around him. And Joe Scone, in my opinion, does the same. The future is really going to be bright under these two, and they're fantastic talent evaluators, so I think they're going to work out. Hopefully I'll be doing one of these and we'll be talking about the Giants in the Super Bowl." He admires Daboll's sincerity. I believe Judge simply approached it in a different way, and Daboll entered as Brian Daboll. He didn't enter as someone attempting to be a different coach. He is skilled at motivating you while also knowing when to draw back and push you. I dunno, there's just something about him that makes you look at him. He's this big and he's round, and you go, I want to play for him. I like that guy. Strahan has been a mentor to 2022 first-round pick Kayvon Thibodeaux. Kayvon had to learn to play instinctively, according to Strahan. I observed later in the season that he was pass rushing a little more instinctively based on just being free and not worrying about the technique of it all, and that was something I struggled with as a rookie, just trying to make sure my technique was correct, instead of doing what comes naturally to you as an athlete. I believe he has a promising future and that you can definitely assemble a middle-of-the-field defense around him. Dexter Lawrence and Williams, they have a solid foundation for what may be a strong defensive line, in my opinion. Does Thibodeaux qualify as a double-digit sacker in Strahan's eyes? Absolutely, he replied. If he didn't record a double-digit sack total, I believe he would be dissatisfied. He would, of course. He constantly seemed to be in the center of something, but he is unaware, according to Strahan. What I admire most about him is that he is his own man. He knows who he is, which is difficult for most rookies to do, and he doesn't let other people's perceptions of him define who he is. In the stadium where Super Bowl 57 is being held, Strahan grinned as he recalled the Giants' upset of the perfect Patriots in Super Bowl 42. With a grin, he remarked, "I'm looking forward to just coming to the stadium, and maybe I'd put a little grass in a jar or something, and take it back home with me. Being in this stadium is one of my all-time favorite professional moments. We defeated a team that year seemed unbeatable, and the confetti is falling for the Giants. The entire week, I'm going to be grinning." When asked about his favorite moment, Strahan responded, "Yeah, the end of it. I was very worn out. I felt like I left everything on the pitch for the first time in my 15 years. He and Tom Brady never exchanged words back and forth.